Hello guys, welcome back to this Golang course. Abdu here again. Today we're gonna learn more like how to create functions in Go. Like instead of creating the code without sourcing it, we can put it inside a function. Okay, first there is like the function main. Okay, let's create another function. Okay, let's say func. Func is short like for function. Okay, and we're gonna say add, and then we're gonna say num1, and then we want it to be an integer, and then num2 want it to be also an integer, and then we're gonna close it, and then we're gonna also put like a data type outside the parentheses. That's because we want it to return the data type, which is the integer. Okay, and that it belongs to the function. Alright, so we're gonna say var, and then we're gonna say result, and we're gonna say what? We're gonna say equals num1, okay, plus num2, okay. And now we want it, let's say, to return, okay, result, okay, of num1 plus num2. And right now you can see the function is not working yet. That's because we need to go here, okay, like inside the main function, and let's say rest, and then use the shorthand, and let's say, hold on, add, and 2 is for like num1, okay, and then let's say 10, okay, for num2, and then we can use print. Right now I want to print res. Okay, let's say print, and you can see here it says 12, okay, because 10 plus 2 equals 12. Okay, let's see. Okay, right now we can also like remove like data type from the first one. Okay, so we can just do like num1 and then num2, and then we define its data type here. So when we run it, it's going to give us like the same value here. See, we don't have any problem. Okay. Okay. Let's create another. Okay, let's create another function. Okay, and call it. Okay, I hope you understand here. See, when we define data type here, we can say print, or you see without it will still hold on, it will still like print without any problem. Okay, see, no issues whatsoever. All right, but just make sure that this init here, like integer, like data type, stays. Okay, let's create another function. Okay, let's say func, and call it what? Let's say print name. Okay, and we can do like this. Okay, and then we're gonna put name. Okay, remember, like we did on the top, we're gonna do it here again. Name2, and then string. Okay, and then we're gonna go out, and then we're gonna write again string. Okay, so just like we did on the previous function. Okay, we can also do it like with the string, and then it will return valid results. Okay, and right now we're gonna say let's say var, and then we're gonna say result. You might notice here that I used like variables like with the same name. That is not a problem at all, because they are inside different functions. Okay, I'm gonna say equal no, I'll say equal, nope, name plus name2. okay, and then we're gonna here say return and then result, okay. And when we go here and we call it like inside the function, like just copy this one here, okay, and then let's remove this one, the code, like let's say res2, okay, and we use the same thing, and then we say print name, and we need right now like to put like the values again, like we did on top, like the same thing inside here, some, let's say someone, okay, this is for the name, and right now for the name too, someone, okay. And right now we're gonna go here and say print, and you see it says someone, okay. Let's do it like this, see, someone, okay. Great. Now like for multiple return, okay, if we want to get multiple values like returned instead of one, okay. Okay, let's do an example. Let's copy this one here, okay, and let's hold on, no, we cannot make a function inside another function, and then we're gonna call it print name, and then we're gonna say 2, okay. Let's do like this, string, and then string, and let's see, right now we wanted to return multiple values. Here with multiple values, why? For example, let's say in here, okay, I cannot put, for example, I want num1 to be a string and I want num2 to be an integer. It's not gonna work with like a single return, okay. That's like where multiple like return comes from. Let's say no, let's say for example, let's just say, okay, let's say name1, okay, and we want it to be an integer, okay, an integer, and we want to the second one to be a string, and also here an integer and the second to be a string, okay. But here hold on a second, okay, so right now we need to remove this one, and here result we're gonna add name1, okay, no, not plus, just name1 and then name2, okay, like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and add it again to the main function to make sure it works. 2, and then let's call this one 3, and this one cannot be, this one is to be an integer, okay, let's say 9, okay, res3, and then we're gonna go here and res3, okay. Let's see again. All right, let's hold on, print name2, okay, print name is okay. Okay, great. Right now what we need to do is we're gonna go and we're gonna hold on a second. Okay, right now let's add it to the main function, okay. Here what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like name2, okay, and then we're gonna do like plus equal, and you want it to equal print name2, okay, because our function that we need right now is print name2, okay. The first value is an integer, okay, the second it's the second is a string. Okay, so just say something. Okay, and then we're gonna go down here, we're gonna use if empty, and then we're gonna print line in the name. Okay, and like this, name and name too. Okay, or we can print like each other, like in like different lines. Let's do it like this first. You see, we can use like multiple returns. You see, the first one is an integer, the second is a string, but you cannot do that like with a single like return, like with a normal return like this here. You need this one like that has multiple return. Okay, you can also use it like, let's see, like each one in a new line if you want, obviously. And you can put it like this, like for example, let's say age. Okay, and let's do the second one, and then we say name. Okay, we'll just say name. Okay, like this, and then we run it again, and then it says age 9, name something. Okay, all right. With what? Let's see. Okay, great. So we also have something called call by value, or like called by by reference. Called by value or by reference. We can return or call a function, by its value or by its reference. By value it will rely on the value, like it will modify or change the value of the variable, not like the variable itself, but with the reference, it will change the variable itself. Okay, let's do an example. Let's remove these functions. Okay, and let's remove these functions too, and let's say var and then num1. Okay, and say integer and then equals 10. Okay, second another var num2 integer equals let's say 20. Okay, and then we're gonna say if empty print line, hold on, if empty print line, and then we want it to print let's say values. Okay, we're gonna say num1 num2. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see how it's gonna work. See, it says the value like 10 and in 20. Okay, right now let's create a function. Let's call it hold on, let's call it func and then say change value. Okay, just like this, or by value. Okay, let's just say change value and then say num1 num2 and then an integer like we saw before, and then an integer and like its data type. And right now we're gonna do something like like a swap. Okay, like swap the value, just like a copy. Okay, so we're gonna say num1 equals num2. Okay, and we're gonna say return num1. Okay, great. Right now let's add it like to the main function. Okay, right now we're gonna say okay, change value. Okay, and then we're gonna say num1 num2. Okay, great. And right now we need to use again fmt print line, then guys num1 num2. Let's see what happens. Okay, and I want you to write actually what you think that's going to happen before I run the app. Okay, you can see here the value didn't change. That's because you know, after like the change value function, you know, it stayed like the same value, because when we say, for example, change value here, okay, it changes the value inside this function only. Okay, but when it goes outside the function, because we are using by value, okay, by that I mean we are only taking a copy of the value, not the real variable. Okay, just a copy. Okay, a copy, like copy the value num1 no, copy the value, okay, to num1 from num2. Okay, the real variables stays the same and it doesn't change. Okay, right now let me show you by reference. Okay, let's create another function and say change, hold on, just ref. Okay, I'm gonna say num1 num2. Okay, and an integer, and then an integer. Okay, right now here we're gonna use something called like a pointer. Okay, hold on, it's a star. Remember, we talked about this on the, I think on the first lesson. Yeah. Okay, and let's remove this one. Okay, and right now we put, you can see there, we put like a pointer like in integer, you know, and we don't want like we don't need, okay, the data type integer here. Okay, because you can see we removed it. So now by using like by reference, we wanted to take the real variables and modify them or change them, you know, as immutable. Okay, not just its value. All right, so right now we're gonna go ahead and say again a pointer, and then num1, okay, and then another pointer, and then num2. Okay, so now it will return for us no, right now what it will return for us like will be changed. Okay, unlike by value. Okay, we don't need here, also we don't need like return. Okay, that's because this function is executable. Okay, and we are changing the real values and not just taking a copy. Okay, let's remove return here, and then let's add it to the main function again, and then we're gonna say hold on, change ref, you know, just like the same as the one before, but here we're gonna use end. Okay, and num1, and then end num2. Okay, you can see here we used end, you know, just to indicate the address, you know, or its address, you know, to change it by its reference, not just the value of it. Okay, right now we're gonna go ahead again and use fmt print line. I have no idea, this happens all the time. Okay, and then we're gonna say num1, okay, num2. Okay, right now let's see what is going to happen. You can see here the values changed. Okay, right now num1 become num2. Okay, but num2 stayed the same, because we didn't say like to num2 to become anything. Okay, let's try here. Okay, let's try like add here another, let's say var, and we call it like, let's say what, let's say just num. Okay, and it's an integer, and then we're gonna say num equals like pointer, and then num1. Okay, and then here we're gonna say okay, let's say num2, okay, equals num. Okay, we needed like to create another variable because we cannot just like take here like here and use like num1, because then it's just gonna give us the same value. So it's like there's not gonna be like any point. Okay, let's let's run it again. Okay, you can see here right now num1 become 20 and num2 become 10. Okay, so it's like their values change like from one to another. We swap their values. Okay, okay, let's do another example. You can see here because we're changing its value. Okay, just taking a copy, like change by value. Let's create another function and say what? Print info, and we're just gonna leave it empty just like that, and then we're gonna say if empty print line what? Yeah, just say hello there. Okay, and then this is also unexecutable. It's like unexecutable function because it doesn't have return inside it. Okay, if it does have return inside, it means it's not executable function. Okay, right now we're gonna go ahead here. Okay, wait, let's create another function. Okay, first, and then we're gonna call both of them function, and then print. Okay, yeah, okay, let's use print my info, and the same thing, but here we're gonna use name1. Okay, and then name2, and hold on, and then a string, and we are not even gonna leave like data type outside the parentheses. Okay, and then we're gonna say if empty, and then print line again. Okay, print line, let's say name1 and then name2. Okay, without a return again. Okay, and let's go ahead and call them here. All right, let's call our first function. Okay, print, I think it's print info. Yeah, okay, and the second, it's hold on, we added a slash here by accident, and the second is it's print no, it's print my info. Okay, and here we're gonna indicate like name1, it's let's just put anything. Okay, and then we can even leave it empty like this. Let's say lang. Okay, and here we can put like go. Okay, so let's run it, and then you can see here for this one, even though like it's empty here, but it returns hello, hello there, like we put here. This one here, it's like we can define what's going to be inside, like what's going to be the values of name1 and name2, like later on. Okay, and you can see here we used we wanted like to return the value that we can use somewhere else, meaning it's not executable. Okay, like I said before, but here hold on, in print my info, and print info, you know, and change by reference. Also, we didn't use return or data type as well because we wanted it to be executable. Okay, like with add function. Okay, for example, we can put, you know, its value in a variable and use it somewhere else, you know, like this, for example, here, like with we removed it. You know, like with res, okay, like we did before, okay, like with res, when we did res equals add, okay, because right now I removed the add function. All right. Okay, so that's it for this lesson 2, guys. Again, if you have any questions, please make sure that you leave a comment in the Q&A, or just you know, or just in the comments below. And if anything, you know, and is not, you know, clear or like clear enough, just let me know and I'll make sure to explain like on the next lesson. All right, guys, see you in the next time.